Safe to say that Germany are the real deal. Some of those passages of play against Hungary, wow. And Albania, massive performance from them, making life very tricky for Croatia at this tournament. Hey, I'm Adrian, and we'll get into all of the matches. A quick thank you to the guys who have joined me regularly here, and girls. Mega appreciated, and if you're new, we do this every day. Subscribe for more. That's it. Let's go. Croatia and Albania kicked off the morning, two nations that have never faced each other in their shared history. And while Albania didn't score as early as they did against Italy, Laci scored with a glancing header in the 11th minute. A fantastic ball from Asani, a little nick from Laci. Maybe, just maybe, Livakovic could have done better. Definite questions to be asked of the defenders once again, as the center backs continue to be an issue for Croatia, which is surprising because I got my wish in having Gvardiol in the middle instead of fullback. Nobody picked up on Laci though. Easy run through the middle in between the center backs once again, and a free header. Huge problem for Croatia. Albania scored the first goal once again in their tournament, and a bit of a curse on Croatia. Prior to this match, Croatia had lost their previous 4 matches when conceding the first goal at the Euros. Would that happen again? Well, you can see it didn't. And by the way, a quick side note on the man who set up the goal, Asani. He was running around in some Super Mario custom boots, so shout out to him. And Croatia in general just looked a bit dead on their feet in that first half, but take absolutely nothing away from Albania, who were playing fantastically. Their supporters were making a ton of noise to push them forward, and forward they would go again and again, winning the ball in the midfield, quickly switching play, playing a quick diagonal, whatever it may be. One of their wide men would get in there, asking a lot of questions of that shaky looking Croatian back line and whipping a dangerous ball in. At the front for Croatia, Budimir made way for Petkovic, by the way, who blew an opportunity around the 27th minute. That could have changed the look of that first half for them. While Perisic was also brought in as a starter, as a wing back, he was way up the pitch. Croatia on a few times were getting caught out on the counter with their back 3. If it wasn't for Livakovic making a couple of key saves, this match could have gotten away from them. And once again, in the first half stoppage time, Albanians had a free run between the defenders, leading to a header that, yes, Livakovic was able to save, but it was another example of the gaps in that Croatian back line that were causing themselves a lot of issues. Croatia were much improved in the second half. Pasalic brought some danger to their attack, making runs into the box as another number for them in the attack, as that was often my critique of Croatia when watching this match. With their backs against the wall, their tournament on the line, they weren't pushing enough numbers into the box amongst those Albanian defenders, mixing it up with them. I'm not saying their center back should have joined in or anything like that, but too many times I saw both Modric and Kovacic sitting way back away from the box, meaning the Albanians were outnumbering the Croatians everywhere. They had that numerical advantage all the time, and Croatia didn't do much to fix that. Until the 74th minute, of course, when Croatia finally pushed a ton of numbers forward. And what happened? A couple of passes, the ball comes to Kramaric, he steps inside and finishes coolly past Strakosha. Look at how many numbers they had forward this time. To their benefit, right? And guess what? It happened again shortly after, driving forward almost man-to-man with the Albanian defenders. Budimir was played through. He beat his man and cut it back to Susic. His strike was blocked, but bounced in off of Albanian midfielder Klaus Jasula. A bit fortunate for Croatia, but this is what happens when you attack with numbers and put the ball in dangerous areas. And you can't say they didn't deserve the goal. They were really putting pressure on that Albanian backline at that time. Albania went missing for a bit in that second half. Also, Budimir in particular changed the game. He came off of the bench, created 2 goals in 8 minutes. Incredible stuff from him. He and Pasalic were game changers for Croatia. He won't get an assist, Budimir that is, for the second goal, but he deserves one. And once Albania were a goal down, they started to come at the Croatians again and again. They started to buzz around the area and look dangerous, and the breakthrough came in the 93rd minute of added time. A cutback was nearly intercepted by the Croatian defender. Sorry, I can't remember which one he was. Adrian will put it in here. But Jasula, the man who scored the own goal, was there to meet the ball and sweep it low past Livakovic. 2-2. Jasula becomes the first player to be subbed on in a Euro match and score an own goal and a goal. 2-2 the final. Croatia hang on, and remember, these guys are never done until they're done, until they're dead. And in my opinion, Croatia looked bad in the 2022 World Cup group stage, as an example for you. And they were lucky that Romelu Lukaku put in an absolute disaster class against them. Otherwise, they would have been out. They found a way through. They made it all the way to the semifinals, they ended up coming in third in that tournament, even though they looked so bad in the group stage. So it's never over until it's over. Croatia tend to find a way, but we'll see. Advantage Albania at the moment as they will next play Spain, while Croatia will take on Italy. But first, we have Spain versus Italy tomorrow to look forward to. All right, back to the beginning here. Germany versus Hungary. Germany looked fantastic against Scotland. Hungary had decent moments against Switzerland, but were beaten 3-1. The second round of matches are fantastic because we get to see how teams react in both directions. Teams that look great in their first match, was it just a fluke or an overperformance or something like that? The team that didn't look so good, was that just a one-off? And they will make adjustments to improve in their second showing and be the team that everyone thinks they are. Well, Hungary nearly stole a goal that would have come even faster than Albania's record-setting against Italy, as Kimmich was caught out trying to pass back to Neuer, but Neuer rushed out quick to clear the danger away. This Hungarian side, I mean, maybe that filled them with some confidence right away, as they looked far more comfortable to start this match against Germany, a much better opposition than Switzerland, well, a better opposition than Switzerland, than they did against Switzerland. They were stringing passes together, making more dangerous runs behind the German defenders, and pressing Germany quickly, not letting them breathe at times. However, you know, after that shaky start, Germany grew into this first half from looking a little bit startled by their poor start to starting to string great passing sequences together, delicate passing moves through the Hungarian defense. That, for me, is what has set Germany apart from other contenders in this tournament thus far. Their ability to pick apart defenses so effectively with their passing and movement. And Ilkay Gundogan is a big part of that. He's one of the best in this game when it comes to sort of playing between the lines like that. Those late runs through the defenders that go unchecked. And of course, that's where Germany's opener came from. Gundogan played through, but it was touched out of reach. He kept at it, challenged Gulashi to the ball and won it, then cut it back to Musiala to slam in off the defender for 1-0. His fourth international goal for Germany and his second of this tournament. The first player in this tournament to score more than one goal. Well, besides Mr. Own Goal. Mr. Own Goal was at, I believe, 4 at this point. I think the Hungarians will be disappointed when they watch this goal back, as yes, there was what could be seen as a foul on Orban. Some referees will give that, others won't. It's one of those down the middle ones for me. I can see it going either way. I'm personally fine with this goal standing. But regardless of how you feel about it, you always play the whistle, which is what Gundogan did as two Hungarians stood there with their arm up, staring at the referee when they could have been closing down that ball and winning it easily. But no slouching and getting down on themselves from Hungary, however, as Szoboszlai had 2 great attempts in minutes. The first was a thunderbolt of a free kick that Manuel Neuer was equal to. He was equal to the follow-up as well, sticking out a leg. And the other was Szoboszlai. And the other for Szoboszlai was when he took a great touch on a quick counter, then had his attempt blocked by Jonathan Tah and out for a corner. There was some liquid stuff from both sides in the second half. Hungary had some great counters where they sailed through the Germany defense, but were consistently stopped at the last, while Germany, as mentioned before, picked their way through with intricate passing. If not for a big deflection, perhaps we would have seen Toni Kroos with a goal as well. That would have been nice to see. What I liked about how Germany were playing in possession was that Rudiger would move to the right. He's the right center back. He would move to the right, almost in a right back position. Toni Kroos would step back into the back line alongside Tah. Kimmich would push way up, almost as a winger, and Musiala would tuck inside. A real mess for Hungary to contend with, right? And yes, that would be once again the way that Germany kill Hungary. Their intricate passing around the box, their ability to break down a low block, passing their way around the box, Gundogan playing it to Musiala, wide to Mittelstadt, then Gundogan darting into the box and finishing off the move himself. What a performance from Gundogan in this game. What a player. I don't want to say he's underrated. He's very much rated at this point, but he isn't often spoken of as one of the elite midfielders of his generation. Maybe that will change soon with a little bit of hindsight. But anyways, as I said, that's what sets this German team apart from other contenders at the moment, the way they break down defenses with their passing, all the while keeping the ball on the ground. It isn't just get it wide, cross it in, and hope for the best. Sometimes they attack through the middle, sometimes from the flank, all the while keeping the ball on the ground, because when you put it in the air, those big defenders are going to just head it out. So despite an early second half flurry from Hungary, Germany controlled this match to its conclusion, getting their second win to book their place in the round of 16 with this 2-0 victory over Hungary. and to Cologne, where Scotland needed a win over Switzerland in order to put themselves in a strong position to advance. And as I said in the preview, they needed some of their leaders to show up, such as Scott McTominay, and guess who scored the first goal, kind of. Scott McTominay, playing in a more advanced position as he should be, man, as he just threw the ball toward goal, and Jan Sommer was going to collect it easily, if not for Stefan Schär sticking a leg out for no reason and seeing it deflect into the top corner. Like I've said about McTominay numerous times, don't make me bring up that old tweet about him playing as a striker. But like I've said, he's far better in a more advanced position closer to the goal than he is sitting deep and trying to dictate the play. That's a position that's been forced upon him, but he played as a striker as a young fella. Let him play further up the pitch and he can offer you tons of value. Just look at his record in qualifying, 7 goals. Switzerland's equalizer, which came out of nowhere thanks to a giveaway. And Shaqiri added his entry into the goal of the tournament. It was assisted by Scotland, but there was so much left for him to do. A perfect curling strike, postage stamp. Can't get much closer to the upper 90 of the goal there. He's good for a banger every tournament, no? Even when he's retired, roll him out there. He'll ping one from 25 yards off the crossbar and in or something. Maybe he'll score from laying on his belly with a scorpion kick at 62. Hell, his goal even got a reaction out of male wristwatch model / Switzerland head coach Murat Yakin. What a man. Anyway, Switzerland really began dominating play following the Shaqiri goal, with Ndoye coming alive, even scoring a goal that was called back for an obvious offside, and Scotland went from scrappy and promising to taking what they could get as far as getting forward. But around the hour mark, Scotland began getting better and better, including having an effort come off the post from a Robertson free kick that Henley got his head to. And you could feel the momentum swinging in Scotland's favor a little bit. Now and then it would swing back eventually, but they were starting to look really good at that point. But the threat from Switzerland was never gone, as Breel Mbolo, who's turning out to be a great impact sub, hey, nearly won it for Switzerland, but was offside. A shame. It was a great chipped finish from him. He looked cool and collected, just as he did against Hungary. Scotland in the other direction. They came close as Robertson headed it across goal. I mean, it was an incredibly even match, and a draw felt like the right result. 1 won the final, meaning the table looks like this. Germany in first on 6 points, Switzerland on 4 points in second, Scotland in third on 1, and Scotland play Hungary with 0 points next, while Switzerland play Germany. Scotland and Hungary grudge match. So now that we've seen 2 matches, do we think I was right in saying that Hungary have Turkey 2020 dark horse vibes? We'll see. Thanks again for watching, guys. My name is Adrian, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Take care.